Hey guys, so I've kind of got into reviewing some sessions just to kind of watch the order flow and see what opportunities there were that I may have missed. I was watching the replay from Open last night and just thought that there was a cool example of a good trade, and then also a trade that I did take on Nasdaq into the close, which I will show a little bit later. Kind of the order flow sequence and why I entered. So we are going to replay from like a minute before this play happened. So I'm going to start it at 7:45 here on the replay. Let's do that. So once this loads, you can see we were kind of being rotational around the 50s to 54-ish. We're just going back and forth, and nothing crazy is really happening. We are pushing these highs. As you can see, we have this previous high right here, and yeah, we're just pushing up into the highs after that bad news overnight. So kind of with bearish moves, we kind of expect the market to fail breakouts, especially when we are in a downtrend. But as you can see, we are just rotating ticks right here, and I want you to watch what we see up into 57s. So I'm just going to stay silent. But you can see here right now, 57, we're starting to print some heavy numbers up here, 600, 800, 300s, and we're printing also some big size here on the sell side here, as you can see right here and on the tape. Right, we have 1,000 up there. This is right over the previous high. So if we can't sustain that, it's probably going to create a pretty bad move back down. And you can see we're kind of coming a little bit off of that. We're still up here. Still have those heavy prints. Now you kind of want to see a little drop, kind of trapping that inventory up here above that high in a downtrend. There you can see Nasdaq drops and ES also drops right here, and then that's kind of like the start to this down move, where you can get that trapped inventory over the high, bearish trend overall on higher time frames. We kind of push back up into there, try to push back up into 55, 56, start dropping again, and then eventually we really start taking a move down, and this actually ends up being the high essentially of the day. So let's go into, let's see, I'm going to speed this up because that was mostly the relevant order flow. Have all that absorption up here into 57s above this previous high. We get a drop, and then we kind of the buying and that volume kind of dies off, and now we're kind of pushing lower here, and I'm going to speed this up by 60, so ignore the order flow as this is going to be a lot faster. But you can see we got a pretty good drop from there. Obviously we still are able to retrace up here. Could probably get an entry up into here as we have that trapped inventory at those highs. And then eventually, obviously, that ends up being the high of the day, and we really start taking a big move down here. And I would ignore these levels as this is post this happening. So I didn't have these levels before that. And I'm going to stop that and then also show an example on Nasdaq. But this on NASDAQ, I actually did take a trade on this ES. I didn't really see that until looking on replay, and just thought it was a good setup from order flow standpoint. And on NASDAQ into close, I saw a really good trade here down into the lows. So if we zoom out, we can see the overnight. If we let's put a line down here, overnight low somewhere around here. And then if we go back over into the close, we took that out, and then we have this low right here. And so what I saw here, we took out the lows of those previous lows, and on the footprint, we can see what happened here is we have some exhaustion here. So right when we blipped down here, immediately got shoved back up, and we have a candle right here where almost majority of the candle was all buy volume, as you can see here. And I have a alert that I created that will color this. So we shoved off of that, so you can see we have a lot of buying down here trying to hold this, and then also popping us higher after that. And then we also took out the low again, and you can see we have tons and tons of exhaustion here printing, as we have all of these zeros selling, but you can also see, right, we also have quite a bit of buying. You see 43, 25, 111 right there. So you have a combination of exhaustion and buying. And then if you look right here, after we pop up into here, what do we have? Tons of buying right here into these, the highs of these bars. And then another bar where it's pretty much only buying. Like we have all of these zeros, we have all of these zeros, these imbalance up, and tons of buying very quick, as this is not a time candle, this is a range candle. So this happened very quickly. And you can see the same thing here. We're getting lots and lots of buying in a lot of these candles here. And then we start really taking off, start squeezing higher. And that was just a really good sequence off of the lows, as we had exhaustion and impulse higher, took out the lows and had a ton of exhaustion combined with a lot of buying. And then we had another impulse higher, super heavy buying at the tops of those candles after the exhaustion. And then into the close, we had a pretty hefty up move off of those lows, as you can see, off of that exhaustion, right? We have almost like an 80-90 point move from there. So I ended up taking a trade into this buying right here off of that exhaustion, and then I took it for 45 points up into here. But I just thought that was interesting and kind of want to do this more often, just to kind of help myself and help you guys see some of these order flow patterns or different plays that could have happened during the day.